What's up, everybody? It's me again and Chad, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for Encore, not just the episode, because honestly, we've been tired of the season, but to talk about the album more in depth and the performance itself as that just went off. This is obviously a last minute live to do, so if you're out there watching it, feel free to comment and maybe even get on to ask questions later if we have the time. But in the meantime, how you doing, Chad, on this lovely Friday, 13th?
I'm doing great, child. Had to wake me up from my nap so we could talk about these Encore girls.
Right, not that the girls then woke you up at your nap. Let's talk about Encore. They should be grateful, especially Keely. You know what? I'm not even going to like it. You know what? Keely actually made me a little proud in this episode. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was actually like you know how you got that little bad little child and then made all these F's, but she finally, she ends up getting out of high school. Like I was just like, you know what, Keely? You know what? I see you. I see you. Now the twins, I feel the same. I don't feel no different, and I actually have more to say about them. But overall, what did you think of the episode? What did you think of just the episode in general, like as a finale? Because it was primarily focused on the performance. The whole last 30 minutes went on the performance, which it should have. I wish the first 9 episodes had been focusing on the performance.
Yeah, I thought that it was a great show. I thought that the performance came out great, and I also was just like you about Keely. It was really like a okay, Keely. And then once it kept going, I was like, you all right with me, Keely? I ain't even gonna go too hard on you. You all right with me? I really think she was my favorite part of the entire thing, because what she reminded me of was that she's a performer.
Yeah.
She was engaging, like, you can say what you want about her voice, say what you want about that chicken, say what you want about 3LW, but she can perform. Keely is a good performer. So, I mean, the show was good. The episode was good. It made me realize that had they really focused on the music the rest of the season, it really could have been dynamic with all the girls. It really could have been something special. Now, the performance might have turned out the same way because you had some girls that couldn't dance, but they would have found a way to still make it right. It turned out good. I liked it.
The performance, we're going to get into all that first. I mean, let's just talk about leading up to that. So, obviously, let's talk about the wardrobe. So, they finally got the wardrobe together, right? Mm-hmm. I just felt like if they were going to do all black, they could have been there. I could have styled them. They didn't have to call Panda for that. I mean, saying they could have called me. They could have called you.
I don't know why they didn't think all black from the jump. Like, they should have thought about all black from the jump. It would have made it easier. I mean, most people look good in all black. I don't know why they maybe it was for the show.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it was, but I mean, from what they were looking at to now, they went a completely different direction. They were like they were looking like Power Rangers initially, but then they came together with this black, and they was just like, Panda, we saved the day. And I was like, Panda just brought y'all some black looks with some gold chains and stuff like that. Different black looks. That's really all it could have ever been. I mean, especially being the type of lighting and performance they had, the black was the best thing. Who do you think looked the best?
For me, it was Shamari, hands down. Shamari looked amazing to me. Like to me, Shamari looked like a star on stage.
Yeah, she did. She looked like she was like, if there was a Beyonce, she would be the Beyonce. She had more of the look. The twins, I didn't really like the hair choice for them. I guess they had to switch it up because it was in the all black. I'm not sure, but I just really wish that that was kind of distracting to me. That red brown is color. I didn't really care for that, but everybody looked okay. Like nobody looked bad. The only person to me that I thought looked a little bit side-eye-ish was Pam, and that's just because if I ain't never thought, Pam was like, I don't want people to think that I'm like that. If I ain't never thought that she was like that, I thought she was like that on that stage. I did. On that performance, I thought she was like that. Whatever like that is, like that. Because I'm just like, of all the looks you chose, like this, I mean, she is a tomboy. She does have that aesthetic. But I do feel like she could have did something a little different. I would have rather seen her in the robe.
Yeah, I agree.
See some like doped out robe. I don't know, something. I guess it was last minute, but I don't know. That's just me.
Me and Bay was watching it, and his first words were, "Why would she wear that?" And I just
Why would
busted out
she?
laughing because it was so true. It was like I really had no comeback. Sometimes I battle with him just for the hell of it, but I was like, I don't know why she wore that. I felt the same way.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me. My bad. And so I just felt like, she was the only one that just that did not look, she didn't look bad. I just didn't like the look for her. That's all.
Yeah.
That's just me. Now as far as Shamari, and while we still talking about the looks, Shamari she didn't make me, I wasn't frustrated, but I didn't understand her rant about looking like a sex slave, because initially, remember when they were looking at the clothes and stuff like that, she basically made it very clear that she wanted to have a sexy type of look. She was the only person that really mentioned sexy. So I didn't really understand why she was kind of in her feelings about looking like a sex slave or being like looking the only one looking sexy, because that's kind of what she wanted, in my opinion. Like, remember that first outfit that they gave her, that her boobs were kind of like she couldn't even wear it
out
completely. She didn't really have an
completely.
issue with it. She didn't like that her boobs were out like that. Like, is that they didn't stay in? If she could have wore that, she would have wore that. So I
She
didn't
would have
understand
wore it, yeah.
where they came from in this episode. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on in her head or what she was thinking, but it just gave that they were all frustrated at that point, and she was just
Yeah.
like, you know what? I don't know. I just want to be frustrated about something too. Like, she really threw me off because it was contradictory to the last episode. Like you said, like, why would you not want to wear this? I mean, and she looked great.
She did. She looked great. I mean, she knew what she wanted to go for. I think they all were just frustrated because it was like last minute in terms of what was going on. I think that, like, do you think that they should have? Well, I think that's kind of a clear answer to that question. But, like, how do you think that they could have made it to where they put just as much time in the music as they did the performance, as they did the wardrobe, so it wouldn't be so rushed? Because if there's a season 2, hopefully they would learn more on, maybe even if the producers got to get involved a little bit just to kind of keep them on the right path. They did well, which we're going to talk about, but do you think they could have followed a different way of doing it to lead up to the performance, or how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I kind of thought that they should have done this last episode, and they should have made the reunion like the performance, like the full performances. I feel like we could have gotten a little more intimate because it's only 4 girls. Only 4 girls. So I feel like they could have made like a finale reunion and really, did everything they did to make it, I don't know, to make it seem like it was ushered in better than what it was. So I feel like also they didn't need that big old stadium or wherever they were performing that for.
It was like a little amphitheater.
Yeah, I don't feel like they needed that. I mean, just my personal opinion, but I mean, they still worked with what they had, and who's to say we don't know what production was able to get for them and what they couldn't do. So hey, maybe it was a production thing.
I mean, they could did that at a damn. I mean, I don't want to say that, but they could did that at a damn high school auditorium. I'm just saying,
they really could have. I would have been satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, I like, and it seemed like they kind of invited other people too. They probably invited like other people outside of their families and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was cool. I want to go ahead and move from that, all of that, because the rehearsal kind of. I mean, do you want to talk about anything from the dress rehearsal? Or you want to move straight to the rehearsal? I mean, to the actual performance, because in the rehearsal, they didn't have anything with the clothes. Keely was upset about doing dancing and makeup full out, just having her little moments, and that's when I was like, oh girl, Keely, but she made up for herself later, which we're going to talk about in the performance. So what do you think about the performance? I want to hear your thoughts. Just itself.
So the performance, surprisingly, they looked in sync. Mm-hmm. It was surprisingly, it felt seasoned. It felt like they were, seasoned girls. They didn't look like newcomers. I will say that. That they were, new to performing together. But I feel like they played off of each other's strengths well. They played like they was on stage. They had fun. You could tell that what I felt from the performance ultimately was that you can tell that they all love singing and love performing and doing what they do. Like I really felt through the TV that they really enjoyed what they were doing. And I felt like that they knew that they should have still been making music. It kind of made me feel like, why Shamari not continue to do music? You know, even solo, she has a good voice. She still has good stage presence. She still looks good.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of things went through my head with the performance. You know, outside of the performance, it made me feel like so many different things. Like, you know, I started thinking about Keely with her solo effort that she tried to do with "The Sex Was Spectacular," that song with the video. You remember that?
I do. I do.
I started thinking about so many things, like, you know, did it not work out for her? Like, what, it was just so many things. The Cherish Twins, it's just like, y'all always had a good ear for music, always had good voices. So the performance for me just kind of put me in a retro place to where I started thinking about so many things previously with these same girls.
Yeah.
And, you know, overall, again, I was happy. And like we said, Keely made me the most proud, just seeing that she showed up and did what she needed to do. It didn't seem like, because for a minute, I kind of thought that she was going to get out there and BS, like, kind of like just like
Yeah.
be going through stuff.
Half
But she
step.
really, yeah, she stepped it up. I really enjoyed her.
Keely is the type of person I feel like that. So if you're like in a group, the person that is like stressing out about everything, that they can't get past all of the things that are thrown at you to get to the, you know, at the end of the day, they're going to perform probably, but it's just that the last few moments of steps that you have to take to get to the end goal. And it's like everything is going wrong. She doesn't know how to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like everything to her is just like such a big deal. So that's what I feel like was frustrating. But I'm glad that the twin was just kind of like, you know, she kind of did step up more as a queen to kind of keep everybody together. Mm-hmm. Although I really think she just didn't want anybody else to leave that damn group. Because although it is a cherished show, clearly they didn't want to do it by themselves. They know that it would not be that great by just themselves. Yeah. So they needed Killing, they needed Shamari. So I think that's the real reason why. Plus, everybody else had left. So at this point, if anybody else leave, child, oh God have mercy. What were they gonna do? I don't know.
You know what's funny too? I thought that it was funny that the group that it turned out to be was pretty much how Aubrey had said in the beginning when she was like, I think we should do 2 separate groups. It should be these people. It kind of still ended up that way without Aubrey.
I agree. I mean, Aubrey, I was talking to Chase, who, you know, does the lean with us as well from time to time, and he mentioned, you know, that Aubrey kind of saw this coming in terms of like, she didn't want to be a part of it because she just saw where it was going. I kind of look back and be like, you know, thinking about it, Aubrey has done this before. She's been on something like this before, and she may not be just, you know, as successful alone, but as far as a group, she's been in this setting times 2 because she was making the band twice. And she went through bidding, making the band with the man, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like she was right in some cases, but definitely with the 2 group thing, it still was just them 4, and then there was Pam. It was featuring Pam. Which we're gonna talk about that too, because at the end of the episode, which I almost missed that shit. I was literally on the phone. I thought the episode was over, and I look up. I said, "Wait, did somebody die?" And it said I had to go back, and it said Pam. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Now, Dan, they know." I'm gonna get back to that. Let's continue with the performance. My thoughts were like, I just thought that it was good given the time. I mean, overall, like I said, they were seasoned. They didn't seem like amateurs. I felt like Keely was very excited. Like you said, her stage presence was great. She was really excited to be there. It kind of made me happy because it's like at the end of the day, like she know damn well if you're a performer in the past and you enjoyed it and you like girl groups, why wouldn't you not want to get on stage and kind of relive those moments? You know what I'm saying? Of course, whatever comes with the fandom and stuff like that. You know, she said they was out there asking for her autograph. She don't want that. I don't know who asked for her. I don't know. Like Sammy said, I don't know who asked for her autographs like that. But at the same time, like who wouldn't want, as a performer, as a dancer or a singer, that is exciting to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I haven't danced in years, but whenever I get back to dancing after this leg, child, I will probably be excited because I did enjoy it. I can never not enjoy dancing. So I was glad to see her doing that. And overall, like I said, it was good, a good performance. Like I don't know if I could see anybody else out there that wasn't out there, it would have been Nivea or Aubrey.
I agree.
I don't see Lamisha and Irish out there. I see more visually Aubrey, but I see visually and vocally for Nivea on both.
Yeah, personally. I agree.
Yeah, so I think that's what I think for that. So let's talk about the songs. So let's just go dive into the songs. It's the same 6 songs plus one, which is the little "Say Something" song that
Say
we had.
something. It's my favorite.
And you know what my favorite song is,
Talking.
and yes.
Yeah, that's my look. I only like talking was my favorite until Say Something because Say Something was the last song that they added.
You like "Say Something"? So "Say Something" is your favorite?
I'm a sucker for songs with messages like that per se. Like
Okay.
I really love those type of songs. So
Okay.
when they performed it,
Mhm.
it was powerful. Even though it was from them, it was still powerful because I understood the message and what they were going along with it. So it instantly became my favorite. But if I had to pick my overall favorite, of course, throughout the whole thing, it's always been talking. It's still talking. Talking is a bop.
Talking, and what? I actually grew to like "Go Don't Leave" when they performed it.
Go Don't Leave was really nice. Yeah. I mean, the songs were
In the
cute.
morning, they songs were good. What do you think about? Okay, we didn't talk about the choreography itself before we talk about the songs. The choreography, what you think?
I love Aaliyah Janelle. I love Aaliyah Janelle. I love Aaliyah Janelle.
Okay,
But that choreography was not right for those songs.
yeah, it was a
To
lot.
me,
It was a
it was
lot,
a lot.
and it's
It
like
was
I
a
didn't
lot.
notice it before because they were practicing these things. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking they're gonna have these little moments where they give us a boom cat and kind of just sing. These women were singing and dancing like it was
Yes.
it was too much. I feel like it was too much. It was
Yeah.
throwing them off. You could see the Cherish twins actually struggled quite a bit as it relates to the
Yeah.
choreography. I was watching, very closely, and they were stumbling and little marks they was missing, to the point to where they even was missing their words. They were lip syncing, obviously, and I just feel like she may have given them too much to do. That would have probably helped,
Yeah.
especially knowing that the performance is, this short time away. They had this much time to prepare. There would have been a time for her to be like, what, let's cut this. Let's try to alter some things, or maybe she couldn't. I don't know, but I agree that it was maybe too much.
The choreo that she gave them should have been for backup dancers. And she should have gave them little
Mm.
intricate moves, little intricate choreo that mirrored that same choreo for the backup dancers, but just for a performance, standpoint. And I think that may have been where Aaliyah may have gotten thrown off from because if I think we talked and you follow Aaliyah Janelle, like her career and like her YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Not
She
completely, but I know
is
of her.
yeah, she is a choreographer through and through. So I think that the disconnect may have been that this time she was choreographing for girls that were going to be singing versus just choreographing
Yeah,
dancers. So I
but
think that's probably what the issue was.
the thing is, when you have girl groups, how many times do you see girl groups and you have backup dancers? It's kind of like, not saying it's not possible, but when you have a girl group, they usually take up the stage and they may have some backup dancers, but usually when I think of girl groups, it's like they're expected to dance. Um,
Yeah.
it's very rare that they don't dance to give you a little boom. You know what I mean? I went back and looked at 702 performance. You know what I'm saying? They had backup dancers. It was 3, but you had Labiche and Irish doing their little moves, and so I it's just, even like Destiny's Child, like they had backup dancers, stuff like that, but mostly they relied on themselves, you know what I'm saying, with
Yeah.
a little effort. I think in this moment, given the budget, given the fact that it's COVID, they may have been limited with that. That's just me. I don't know. But I do
And
agree.
then
It would have
also
been
too, if they had 9 girls or 8 girls, then they definitely wouldn't need no damn backup dancers if they would have kept the same amount of girls.
yeah, because they would have had the girls that performed doing the dance moves in the back, while the girls in the front was in the morning. In the morning.
Exactly.
Okay, so back to the actual album. I wanted to ask you about the choreography and dancing. She did a good job, but I just think it was too much for them, in terms of too much for what they were doing. It was,
Yeah.
So skeletons. Do you like skeletons?
I do. Like I said, there's not one song that I do not like.
Okay.
Skeletons was a standout from the jump.
Yeah.
So it still, to me, it still remained well with how it ended up.
Yeah.
I really love that chorus, or is that the hook? The dun dun Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Okay, I love that part. Like I love the way the twins sound on it. And I even think that they gave Keely a little part on that little skeletons hook, I think too, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. I know she had some on I know she had some on Talk. I know she had some on I think Go Don't Leave. She may have had some on that on this on Skeletons, I think.
It was, I think it was real small. I don't think it was
It
nothing
was.
big, but I think it was just that little bridge of it
Yeah.
may have been that one line, dun 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 dun, the skeletons in your closet. I think that's the part she had.
Yeah. I remember having a few parts. Like I said, I just watched it before this, but I just you know what song that just mesmerizes me. It don't have my girl in the more, but I'm gonna go ahead my note. Yeah, well, trick. That's my part.
Yeah.
Right.
That part
I
is
miss
hella
you.
cute.
I miss you, Lamisha, but I will say Kelly did do the song justice on that part.
She did.
She
She
did with her
did.
little voice. I can't be mad. But yeah, even like that they were dancing and twerking and stuff like that. I like that. Overall, like we can go each song. We don't have to. I just feel like overall the songs were good. I just wish there were. I'm kind of missing the other four girls because it would have given the songs
Yeah.
more variety. Um,
Yeah. The
that-
songs now sound like they are just the songs now sound like they are catered for the twins' voices and they are catered
it
to
is,
for them
and
to
you know
stand
what?
out.
I know Shamari and Keely's voice, but they all, if I didn't watch the show and I was just listening to these random songs, I would almost think it's the same person with different tones. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They needed a variety as in terms of like different types of voices and different types of the scene. They needed, they need those voices. They did personally. And that's why I wish that it wasn't, they kind of, I like the songs, but the Cherish Twins voices, they have those little, they sound great, but they have these voices that are kind of like a kid almost. I'm not
It's
the girl.
not. It's not a. It's not a. It's not a lot of texture to their voices. Like they have really good tones, but like Ari's voice, how she's so good at belting, like she has a little texture
Yeah,
there. Same with Lamisha. I always tell
yeah,
people when it comes to like singing and tones, like a lot of people will look at, let's say, for instance, Rihanna and say that Rihanna can't sing, and I'm like, Rihanna has a great tone and texture. When I hear Rihanna on the radio, I know that it's Rihanna. Like you don't always have to be a Whitney Houston or a Beyonce
yeah,
or like a world class singer where everybody thinks that you can sing, but
yeah.
different textures, especially in a girl group, is important. And
It
Lamisha,
is.
just like the part that you love, the yeah, like that's special. You need
Yeah,
those different textures, and the twins is just always the same. It's very one note.
yeah. I agree. That's the only thing I wish they would have did. It would have given and I feel like they needed more of Shamari. They didn't even use Shamari as much as they should have. Shamari has
They
the
did
best
not.
voice. Like she sounds good. I would be curious. I think at
Yes.
this moment she needs to work on some kind of solo project to figure out she still has it, and it don't need to be produced by Candy. I'm sorry, because no, it need to be produced by someone else. Maybe landed on the track. I don't know anybody. Not Candy. No shade to
Somebody.
Candy. That's not Candy.
Yeah,
um,
she Shamari definitely should be doing something. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a fear. I don't know if Shamari, and you know what, Shamari also gives me that type of girl that prefers to be in a group.
yeah,
Like I think that's like an issue that a lot of women in groups have. They'll do solo stuff, but their home is really performing with other people on stage. I noticed
yeah.
for instance, Kelly Rowland, there's a different confidence when she's on stage with Beyonce and Michelle than when she's
Yeah.
performing solo. So I think that
But
may be
Kelly makes
Shamari's
some
issue
really good
because
damn music.
she
Kelly,
does. She
I
does.
love all of Kelly's albums. So I don't. But you're right. I see what you're saying. It's like Shamar. She probably can make some good ass music, but like you said,
Yeah.
naturally she probably wants to or likes to enjoy to be around within a group. So I don't know, but hopefully this helps
Yeah.
her. I like seeing Ronnie there. Ronnie, it seemed like Ronnie, like their relationship. I guess we didn't really see that much of it on the show of Housewives of Atlanta. I feel like he was in and out. But on this show, I feel like I've gotten
Yeah.
to know more of them as a couple than I did on the show of Housewives of Atlanta. Like I really see
I
that
agree.
that their love that they have for each other is very cute, very adorable, and you can tell like they've been through whatever they've been through, right? but it has really made them like this strong, powerful couple, even being so little, a small couple.
Yeah.
In terms of like, height and weight and stuff like that. So I love that. I really like that. I like that she related to skeletons about like having opened up and stuff like that. It was a good moment for Shamara. I'm like, you know what? Give her one more chance on Housewives of Atlanta. Let's see what can happen. Let's just see.
I always said that. And of course, we're diverting from Encore to Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I saw someone post maybe yesterday or a day before, and they said Shamari was cast too early and she was cast with the wrong cast. And I was like, you know what?
That's
That
true.
is so true. I think that
He would do better with this new, younger-ish. Yes, I agree. She probably did.
They put her with the wrong girls.
I don't know how she would deal with Bolo. No, because she does get too drunk. Clearly,
she does. But if they were to recast the girls completely, Shamara would be a great addition. You could tell she has a good energy. She always drunk. She's fun. I like Shamara a lot.
She was picking up on reading and stuff. Like she was getting better at it. Towards the end of the season. So we'll see. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was Pam. So obviously Pam is not on the album, and I was confused when the album came out. When it came out, Thursday night, whatever, midnight.
Tuesday, I think, because I think it came out. I think I sent it to you Tuesday because the Encore. It came out Tuesday.
Okay, it came out, and we were just like, well, damn, where Pam is? Did she leave the group? She obviously, up in the episode, I was like, okay, I guess she didn't leave. Maybe she. I still couldn't figure out why she was on the album until the last 2 seconds. They gave her a 2 seconds little script in saying that. And did he say that she was going to pursue something else?
She was going to pursue a gospel career.
Yeah, she left the group. And my thing is with that, they said she left the group as if the group is still going to be a real group after this show. Do you think it will be a group after this show?
I don't know. The thing is, anything is possible in this streaming era. Yeah. As to where they literally could just, if they wanted to continue to work together, they literally could continue to do that and just put out albums. So maybe they will, continue to do it and try to catch a hit. Or, it's like what do you have to lose from it besides just getting in the studio, doing it and putting it out?
I mean, I feel like they have grown to like each other. I feel like the twins and Kelly, but I don't feel like overall, I feel like they just, Shamari especially and Pam clearly, they just stayed in it because they wanted to do music. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully this is enough fire to get Shamari to do her own music. I'm not, downplaying their, capabilities of putting out good music because they put out some music, obviously, and we like it, right? But at the same time, I just feel as though I don't see them sticking together for more music. This was, I think, from this show to these 6 songs, this is about it. If they do, then cool. I mean, look what happens. What was that? June's Diary. We still got June's Diary. I just feel like in this moment in time, it's hard for girl groups to really come out and really push through because with them they have a better chance because they were put together right through an experiment. Most like many others, but they're also nobody in the group appears to want to be solo. But I do feel like the twins would probably be the ones that would want to break out and do their own thing. So because of that, I feel like they've created a bond, but I don't know if it's strong enough to continue to do music past the show to where they're not forced to do it, because they weren't forced. They could have left, but they were in a house. And if they didn't do it, they'd be looked at as quitters. And in this case, they got their name back out there. They can kind of go many ways. I just don't see it. That's me.
Yeah, we shall see. I think that with, say, for instance, if they do a season 2, it'll be interesting to see which route they take. Like, will they take we're getting all new girls for season 2, or will they take we're picking back up where we left off? And maybe Nivea will come back. Maybe somebody, like, I don't know. They have a few different ways they could go with if they wanted to keep the group going. And if they wanted to continue to make music. So I guess we just have to wait and see.
Well, we're gonna see.
Carlos hit up the Lean on Instagram and on Facebook and give us some behind the scenes scoop on what you got cooking up over there at the Carlos King studio.
Okay, let us know what's going on, because we've been talking about this show all for the last 2 months now. Getting up here on our good lovely Fridays to talk about these women and them arguing. you know, but like with it. And so that was pretty much it. That was all of the season. It was overall, it was a good show. I do think it was good despite all the drama. It did get draining, but I'm glad that we had the chance to talk about it because, you know, usually, like, of course, this platform is all housewives and stuff like that, but this is a different reality. And I'm not into I'm not a musical artist or into music like that. I know you are specifically. Of course, you know, my favorite saying is, and I'm going to post it after this, woo child, I ain't heard no good music in a while, but if I say that today, they're going to think I'm shading, you know, BluPrint, and I'm really only shading somebody else, which they can figure out who it is. Because I never say who I'm talking
Jesus.
about.
you never say it. You never.
I never say it,
but
they always know who I'm talking about when I say it. So you never have to. Just like you don't reply to people directly, they know exactly who you're talking to. So but yeah. So any last thoughts on the show, the season, anything before we close out?
I'm gonna just say again that it turned out well compared to what we initially thought it was going to. So I'm proud of the women. They drained the hell out of us. It was definitely a roller coaster ride, but overall, Shamari, Keely, Fallon, Felicia, Pam, if y'all watching, I'm proud of y'all. We really are enjoying the music. If y'all want to continue to do it, you know, nobody can stop y'all from putting out music. If you don't want to, you know, do it for the purpose of a hit and you just want to do it because music is in your heart, just go ahead and do it. And if we receive it, we will receive it. If we don't, we don't. We'll reach out on the lean and we'll call it a day.
Okay, we will do that. And like I said, I support it all. You know, put the music out, honey, but, you know, just, you know, do it a little different than last time. You know, you didn't kicked out all these damn women. Just, you know, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, did I do something wrong? And if I did,
hello.
Right. I'm just saying to whoever it may be. So with that being said, we're gonna lean out.
Wait. Go
ahead.
Twins, I still want a public apology to Nivea. Okay.
That's true. Well, I think they give it. They kind of said that they kind of owned up more to Nivea than anybody. I think they. You don't think they did? No. Oh.
I want an apology. Like, I want them to say we were completely wrong. We shouldn't have handled it that way.
But that would also include Lamisha because the comments were at Lamisha, and Nivea was just defending her. So, and I don't think they ever going to apologize to Lamisha. I'm gonna go follow Lamisha and see what's going on because I see they page. I gotta go see my homegirl Lamisha. I would hang out with her, go get drinks with Lamisha. She's all right with me. From the beginning.
Lamisha seemed fun.
She does seem fun. You know, give her cigarette and her moo is going down.
Not a cigarette and a moo.
Cigarette moo.
Not with you.
So yeah, like I said, we're gonna get out of here. Make sure you like this video if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. Hit thumbs up if you do like the video. If you don't, then that's fine. You ain't gotta like it, but you should like it anyway. And this concludes BET Presents Encore. And until next time, we will see you guys later on many other shows that we talk about every damn week. Y'all have a good rest of y'all Friday night, and we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Peace.